Hey, Rashad.
What's up with everybody? What's up with everybody? This is the Road to 5K subs. If you are new to the channel, my name is Rashad Milligan. Let's get into it without further ado. So, if you guys don't know, you don't need to get background. We're just gonna get right into it. You read the title. All right, hold on. Let me see. All right, so this is my first time even seeing. I missed the actual lottery doing other work or promoting other work. So, this is. I just know that Indiana has the first pick, and I think Phoenix has the third pick. So let me see. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Rachel Galligan. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied there. Excuse me, sorry. All right, let's do it. So the draft order from the lottery this year: Indiana number 1, LA number 2. Oh man, you know the league really wanted Caitlin in LA. They really wanted that. Number 3, Phoenix. Number 4, Seattle. All right, cool. Seattle being number 4 is that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it was a terrible year for them, and that's just the strength of Jewel Lloyd, just like going crazy, scoring 80 points in the games and stuff like that in honor of Kobe and stuff. But Phoenix also had just a tumultuous year. It's time for DT to hang it up and them to just press reset. I don't know why BG's coming back. Maybe probably because of like loyalty purposes, how she held them down, while she was away. But at the same time, I'm just like, bro, like BG, you could have got out of there. Could have gone to, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to. But yeah. So if all else stands the way we potentially see things going, we have, as Raheem says in the comments, Paige going to LA is crazy, because LA and Minnesota had that rivalry for so many years and stuff like that. And I guess, Minnesota's just a little too good to get into the lottery this year. Salute to everybody out there at the Lynx. Yeah. Anyways, they get into it. So Indiana, Caitlin Clark. Indiana, if all else holds true, if she doesn't come back next season using her COVID year, because this is the 4th year, right? Yeah, so she has that COVID year if she wants to. But if she doesn't use it, she's the projected number 1 pick. So she would go to Indiana. Over there in Indiana, I'm trying to think of who else they have other than Aliyah. I want to say Tiffany Mitchell, like it's still there, but no, Tiffany Mitchell or Kelsey. No, Tiffany Mitchell went to Minnesota last year. And then I think Kelsey Mitchell is still with Indiana. But let's check. We have the internet right here. Let's see. All right. Here we go. So, yeah, Grace Berger, hometown kid, things like that. Yeah, Aliyah Boston, Maya Caldwell, who's finding her footing in the league. Lexi Hole, finding her footing in the league. And McKinnon. This was the team that, cut everybody last year. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell is the one that's still on the team. As I thought, the underrated shooting guard is a walking bucket. She's only been in the league 5 years. This team is young. The oldest person was Kelsey Mitchell. No problem. No reason why they were the parents were fighting like they do on the collegiate level. Things like that. Nalissa Smith. So you already have your front court set with Nalissa and Aliyah. And then, Kelsey is a bucket. Now you get Paige Bueckers. She's also a bucket in there. I mean, Paige. Caitlin Clark. Oh, that's so sad that we no longer say, Paige Bueckers is the presumptive number 1 pick. But, hey, the game is the game. It is what it is. And you can't go based off of what if. You have to go off based off of what's in front of you. And what's in front of us is, Paige has just dealt with health issues. And usually in athletics, unfortunately, when you deal with health issues, they don't really get better. They just continue to stay the same or kind of get worse, and they're manageable because what you get when you get her is amazing. But you do have to deal with that. And same thing with AZ. That's kind of why you see UConn where they are. And it's really terrible for the sport of basketball. But hey, man. You know what I'm saying? It's also some great basketball out there. Shout out to UCLA as I did last video. And shout out to Juju Watkins holding it down. Shout out to Hannah over there with Notre Dame. The freshman really, still holding it down, man. Still doing what it needs to be done, despite Bigfoot not being at full strength for a third consecutive season. It's crazy, but it is what it is, man. And the ball keeps bouncing. It's an extremely young team, man. I didn't even know Chrissy Wallace was only in the league for a year prior. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought Kelsey Mitchell for a second was the oldest player. I didn't see Erica Wheeler and Amanda Zowie be down there at the bottom. But, yeah, you get a kind of a core four of Caitlin Clark. Got thrown off. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Nalissa Smith, and Aliyah Boston, as a core four. I think that's a very just promising feature. Like, they can't be bad forever. You look at the Orlando Magic on the men's side, and that's kind of the same thing they did over there with Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero and everything like that. So, they were just bad for forever, and they finally kind of have some motion now. Because of all these draft picks are starting to kind of get it together. They drafted a lot of talent, developed, and stayed down to the come up. And I think that's what we're going to see finally with Indiana in the next couple of years. But it might still be a little ugly this year. Now we got the LA Sparks. LA, they could get Paige. So let's look up LA's roster. Obviously, you have who you have? Lexi Brown, Lexi Brown coming back from her sickness. I was about to say injury. I was so wired to say that. But Lexi Brown's really killing at that 2 guard spot, and it really felt like she's found a home in LA. And I'm sure she would say the same thing. Actually, I know she said the same thing because she said it to me before. But yes, Lexi Brown there holding down the 2 guard position. But to have Paige come in with Zaya, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's gonna go to Paige. I'm sorry, Zaya. I think that's gonna go to Paige, that 1 guard spot. But like we say, you just never know. Nothing's handed to you in the W. You gotta earn it. Lasia as well. Salute to the veteran over there and stuff like that. And the front court pretty set when you have NECA, the Wumake sisters, and you have De'Erica as well in the mix. You have Azure Stevens, Katie Lou coming off the bench, coming back from her, I want to say injury, her pregnancy and everything like that. I think she killed in 3-on-3 this offseason, if I'm not mistaken, along with De'Erica. So they had some time to play together and stuff like that. Jordan Canada as well, a nice shooting option off the bench. Nia Clouden, who's a bucket, still finding her footing in the league. I believe she had a couple of good games when LA had some injuries. If I'm not mistaken, I might be off with that, but I believe she did. And Zaya is really kind of establishing herself in the league as well. Jasmine Thomas, the vet, goodness gracious, 12 years. You don't see that in the W that often anymore. You see NECA with 11 years, but she's NECA. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Jasmine Thomas. She still is a solid option, a good vet to have in that locker room. And Paige Bueckers with that, it's gonna be nice. I see, this comment right here was talking about who were they talking about? Cameron Brink. Someone was talking about, there we go, Cameron Brink being a potential pick at number 2. I don't really know about that. Obviously, like I said, their front court is established. It is a little older, so maybe that's what they kind of see. But Azure is still pretty young, and De'Erica's kind of still young. She's not 10 years in the game yet. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if you just kind of just run everybody off and bring in Cameron Brink. But that's just me. It depends on where you want to go. But I hope Paige doesn't slip past 2. It just feels like that's not fair. Phoenix. And I think this is where Cameron Brink can go, because Phoenix just kind of needs to take the best potential player, the best player on the board at that point. This was an ugly season for them, and they're gonna lose Skylar Diggins-Smith, so you got to see what you get back in there. Sophie Cunningham wasn't healthy all of last year. You know what I'm saying? So you have to address that at the 2 guard spot. You know, she's getting older as well. So it's like, what do you do with that? You see, only 4 years, but still, she's not getting younger. And like I said, with injuries, things don't get better. Shout out to Kristen Williams on the roster. Got Bree Turner in the front court. Obviously, BG in the front court. Don't really have anything, I think, beyond BG that you would say is just like, no one, this is untouchable. Like kind of like with LA, you know, you can point to Nneka, you can point to De'Erica, you can point to even Azure and be like, this is a solid kind of group, a bunch for the front court. I don't know if you can really say that. Salute to Breezy and everything that she does and everything that she brings to the game on both sides of the ball. Salute to Megan as well. Over there, Iowa's finest, you know, shooting the 3 ball, and kind of she had a couple of good games and standout games at the end of the year last year when Phoenix was out of it. But you know, when you look at a player like Cameron Brink who can do what Cameron Brink can do, you definitely take the best player on the board. I don't think you're in a position to pass up on the best player on the board, especially when, you know, BG is on the vet side. You know, you're going to lose Skylar Diggins-Smith. This might be the last dance for Diana Taurasi. You know, people are kind of pushing her out the door for the past couple seasons. You know, she's going to retire at some point. And, so you just take the best available player, in my opinion. And then Seattle Storm, like I said, Jewel Lloyd scored 80 points a game for them last season to save them and to keep them from purgatory of being the worst team in the league. Other than that, everything's free game. This is another team where you draft the best available player on the board. Gabby Williams, I don't know what's going on with her immigration, or not immigration, but WNBA status, you know, going back and forth with France and stuff like that. I don't know what the situation was with that this past season. I know she was attending games in street clothes and things of that nature, and she was still with the team. So, yeah, there was that, but she wasn't playing in games. Ezzy, my dog, I really like her game and everything like that. But, you know, you're looking at people like, and this is just me just going off the cuff. This isn't me even looking at mocks to see like who's performing well and who shot up the ladder. But, you know, you look at Ayoka Lee, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, kind of her being back in the mix and the run of things this year. And matter of fact, while we are here, let's look at a mock draft. All right, so we're about to pull up a mock draft. Should I go? I'm going to go Sporting News first, and then we'll go, I guess, go to ESPN. Oh, yeah, Aliyah Edwards. Shout out Aliyah Edwards. I forgot about Aliyah Edwards. All right, hold on, I'm scrolling down. Give me a second as I scroll down. There you go. Is it scrolling? It's scrolling slowly but surely. The website's taking a little long to load. Here we go. Okay, all right. Intro, banter. All right, here we go. They got Caitlin Clark going number 1, Paige going number 2, Cameron going number 3, Aliyah Edwards going number 4. Okay. Oh, Rakia Jackson. Oh, man. Bruh. Salute to Aliyah Edwards. Rakia Jackson is like that, dog. Rakia Jackson is like that, dog. I don't know if I could just write her off. You know what I'm saying? They got Angel Reese slipping all the way to 6. Who would have thought that going into the season? I know some Angel Reese haters talking about her jump shot and things of that nature and how she needs to work on this and work on that going into the season. But who saw that coming? Saw that she was slipping out of the top 3 all the way to 6. It's crazy. Liz Kitley returning to school. She's pretty much at the exact same spot she was mocked to go this year. Cardoso going to Atlanta. I like that. I ain't gonna lie. Atlanta could use some size. Cheyenne Parker is an all-star, but she's a bit undersized. And sometimes that bit against the dream last season. At least in my opinion. And then CP, you know, Cheyenne just had to do everything by herself on a post a lot of the times. You know, I think Atlanta's set at the 4. With Mo Billings and Naz Hillman, they're set at the 4. That 5 spot, it's like CP and then who else? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of been a revolving door in that backup center spot. They also need a point guard. I think Haley Jones is a great point guard. And, you know, she did well in that lineup when Tanisha Wright did that lineup. But Tanisha Wright didn't do that lineup that much. especially when Ari McDonald came back. So it's like either commit to making Haley Jones the full-time point guard or get a point guard. I think Ari has kind of shown that, she's got the speed and everything like that, and the scoring ability, shooting ability from three when she's got it going. I think Ari might be a little more of a 2, honestly speaking, on the offensive side of the ball. On defense, I think she's great at the point of attack, at the 1. And then you got Georgia right there from VT, another one who's returning. And Sheldon, someone who I reacted to last year as well, who returned this season. Let me see, Charisma Osborne. Charisma's been doing her thing for a little bit. Oh, they got Haley coming out this year. Haley Van. So that's another one, man. Like, just imagine. Like, I think everybody thought for the longest, like, the big 4 of this class was Caitlin, Paige, Angel Reese, and Haley Van Lith. And now that, like, Haley Van and Angel just dropped so far. But it's early in the season, so we'll see. Oh, I wouldn't say early in the season, but kind of like quarter of the season, midway through the season. So we'll see what happens there. All right, let me see who else. We're gonna go to the ESPN one. Shout out to Mike Popel, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame writer in the Basketball Hall of Fame. All right, let's get into it. Scrolling down. All right, so I think this one was before the draft. Excuse me, it was. So they got Caitlin number 1, Paige number 2, Cameron number 3, Cardoso number 4. Oh, that's kind of high. All right, Cardoso's having a great season though. She's a great 2-way, defensive and offense. Just a good big. Leah Edwards number 5. Okay, so they also have Angel Reese dropping. Rakia Jackson number 6. They got Angel Reese. Oh no. Yo, Angel Reese going to Atlanta is hilarious. Angel Reese going to Atlanta is hilarious, bruh. Like, she even was speaking about that on the Breakfast Club. Like, yeah, if I could go to a market like Atlanta and New York, LA, where I could do stuff outside of basketball. Oh, man. Atlanta would go crazy if Angel Reese was there. Just from a cultural perspective, because Atlanta's got its thing. You got to think, like, the games are cool. They got the DJ, you know what I'm saying? They got my dog, Bria Janelle, hosting and stuff like that. Angel Reese in Atlanta is a problem. But as Mike pointed out there in their story, Angel could very well use that COVID year to come back one more year. And I know Angel said that she wasn't rushing to get out of college because of how much money she was making through NIL. So, and then also, like, if this year doesn't go the way that she wants it to, like, I don't see her kind of like just dipping, unless team just continues to have this drama that it's had early on. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for the draft lottery. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I apologize. I'll do better next time. Or maybe, I don't know. Let's see. This is the World of 5K Subs. If you're new to the channel, my name is Rajah Milligan. Until next time, please take care of your ding, 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 ding. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to all the Hanukkans. Happy Kwanzaa to all the Kwanzians. Happy Box Day to all the Canadians. And did I say Merry Christmas? Merry Christmas to all the Christians and Americans. And that's it. That's all I got. Free Palestine.